Hey there, and welcome back to the HQ. Today, we are going to be reacting to how a VTuber got fired for a dad joke she made 5 years ago. Ouro Kronii versus South Korea by Mujin. Now, I know nothing about this situation, and that is what Mujin videos are for. We're going to be learning about the situation. How did a dad joke get you that much heat, especially one you make half a decade ago? What's going on in South Korea? The South Korean legal system is kind of hit or miss. They did get Johnny Somali, so, you know, that's always good. But I do wonder what this is all about and why South Korea is going to bat against a VTuber for a dad joke she made 5 years ago. So, let's hop right into this and see exactly how bad this joke was.
Digital footprint. The idea that no matter what you do on the internet stays on the internet and can be found by someone else at a later date.
Take some notes. Take some notes because don't put anything on the internet that you don't want to be found because it will be found at some point. Invest in a VPN, get yourself some I'm not sponsored by Incogni, but at some point I'm going to invest in an Incogni subscription because Lord knows that would definitely be help for moi.
And that, of course, includes any potential future employers.
Oh,
in fact,
yeah.
there are numerous studies in multiple countries that go through this. How people have genuinely lost opportunities due to what they said or did on social media.
Yeah,
so
don't say stupid stuff.
Job of yours got taken away from you.
Yeah, don't say dumb stuff like that.
Almost 5 years ago.
Oh.
Well, that's exactly what happened to one of the most recognizable English-speaking VTubers on the planet.
Well, first, I guess I need to learn who she is. Also, very pretty model. Very pretty.
Ouro Kronii from HoloLive.
Oh, that's why.
Other than being a VTuber...
Yeah, that's why. I don't really watch her, believe it or not, I don't actually watch her do much whenever it comes to corpo VTubers. I really don't, because it's I just don't like corporate VTubing. Because, HoloLive, Nijisanji, Bishoujo, it's all, representative of... It's I don't like the idol industry. I don't. I see how it treats their talent. I see how it operates. I just can't fuck with it for the life of me. And it's why, if I'm ever part of a quote-unquote VTuber group, then I'll have to, it has to be something community focused, driven by a bunch of friends, and not some middle management bullshit. The thing that Buff Pup has going on with her friends, that, something like that. I just could not for the life of me go corpo. Plus, I'm PackRat. I'm Percy PackRat, and I'm going to live and die as Percy PackRat. As simple as that. I'm going to be doing this until my hair is gray, dog.
She also happens to be a talented voice actor.
Yeah.
This is why for her, getting to voice in the game Eternal Return, a MOBA game that's pretty popular in South Korea, was an opportunity that she very much looked forward to. Especially seeing that she was going to present a character that was very hyped by the community. So imagine her shock, as she had already voiced this character to completion. As we were nearing the release date for this character, she would find out through a random public post from the Japanese Twitter page of the game that she was getting fired effective immediately. The reason? A terrible joke that she had made around 5 years ago back in 2021. A one-liner. And when I say terrible joke, I don't mean that it was offensive or anything. No, terrible as in it was a dad joke.
Okay. How do you lose a job over something like that? How? Please enlighten me, Mujin.
It was the most harmless, lamest thing you've ever heard in your life. To say that this decision had caused controversy is an understatement because it caused an earthquake. So much so that it might have single-handedly destroyed any chance this game has of reaching a non-South Korean audience. So what the hell happened?
Oh, God.
How did we get Well, let's talk about it.
They got cooked on those.
The studio at the center of this controversy is none other than Nimble Neuron.
Never heard of them.
It was established shortly before the pandemic as a result of a merger from two different studios. After that merger, they would decide to work on their main project, Eternal Return Black Survival. And on October 14th, 2020, it would come out on Steam Early Access. Now, it's easy to mistake Eternal Return as some indie game that wouldn't make much of an impact.
A mix of Battle Royale and MOBA.
But not everyone shared that opinion. Like, for example, Kakao Games, one of the biggest gaming conglomerates in South Korea, who would partner up with Nimble Neuron to publish the game.
Thank you, Doc, for the follow. Welcome to the HQ.
Would allow them to take the marketing of the game to the next level. That's because, listen, the K-pop group aespa would drop a music video for the song Next Level in collaboration with Eternal Return.
Wow. So it's like, God, they're just doing their best to like, they're not beating the industry plant allegations. It's like mixtape, just doing everything they can to get every news agency to hype this up to hell and back. Just to like, be like, oh yeah, play this game. It's going to be really good. Look at all of these big names and people that are associated with this game. Please play it, play it, play it, play it, play it. That is a perfect way to make me not play the game. Like a game is going to, like if a game is going to hook me, it's just going to be either out of sheer curiosity and finally giving way to my own curiosity. Like I said curiosity twice. I'm a dumb dummy. But yeah, it's like, it's either going to be something that just like finally gets to me, like Genshin Impact did. And yeah, I haven't played Genshin in months. I'm not going to lie. But, or it's just going to be something that I have genuine interest in from the start. I'm not going to like play a game just because like a musical act that I'm a fan of happens to be in that game. It's like, yeah, so what? like Avenged Sevenfold, a band I listened to as a teenager, it like had a song in Call of Duty. That doesn't mean I'm going to have brand loyalty to Call of Duty. It's like, so what? Oh God, this is already off to a rocky start.
You simply don't see this every day, even in South Korea, the land of K-pop. aespa in particular wasn't some low-tier K-pop group that no one had heard of. It must have cost a fortune to hire them to do this.
Oh, I bet.
Games was putting a lot of hope in Eternal Return, and I mean, why is that? What made this game so special?
Yeah.
Well, it's combined two of the most popular gaming genres in South Korea together. The first one being MOBAs, like League of Legends or Dota 2. The other genre that was combined with MOBAs was Battle Royales. You might think it's a dead genre, especially with their diminished popularity in the West.
Also, the fact that, like, I'm pretty sure every single one of these is like a slop Battle Royale game that is just straight up ripped based off of other Battle Royale games. It's like, dog.
But man, are they still popular in Asia. In fact, PUBG makes most of its revenue right now from China. And they're also pretty damn popular in South Korea. So with these two genres combined, Kakao Games was hoping to make bank here. But how did the game work?
That totally works.
It would start with you landing on the map with your team. And you would try to find the best gear in different loot boxes. You would level up in a multitude of different ways, like attacking NPCs, and eventually you would bring the fight to other players. The early access version of the game would come out with quite a bit of different characters. But overall, back in 2020, this was somewhat of a brand new concept, and it definitely had a very steep learning curve. It would prove to be popular, especially in South Korea, and 3 years later, it would release, going from being called Eternal Return Black Survival to just Eternal Return. A year later, the partnership between Nimble Neuron and Kakao Games would dissolve, which meant that Nimble Neuron would become the sole publisher of the game. Now, there could be a variety of reasons for that, but one of them is probably the fact that this game has had a hard time growing. By June 2023, the game had almost died with 5,000 concurrent players, down from 50,000 during its early access release. But it did get somewhat of a boost after finally releasing on Steam, like the full release. I think Kakao Games was expecting it to be way more successful, and today, it peaks at around 20,000 players every day. But here's the problem. When South Koreans go to...
I mean, that's more than what Marathon's doing on Steam. Like, being real. Like, granted, Marathon probably has more players on, like, PlayStation and stuff, because, like, that's where they're doing the push. But still, it's like, this, like, B-tier MOBA game that's trying to, like, be, like, a hybrid MOBA BR game, getting consistently 20K peaking each day. That's still nothing to sneeze at. Like, that's still, like, relatively successful, and any company that says that that's not successful metric, that you're having 20,000 people play your game at its peak times every day, not just like peak general, but every day, like that, especially because it's a MOBA BR game, so you bet there's microtransactions, so they're probably rolling in it.
Sleep, the player count goes to nothing. Meaning that even in 2026, this game's demographic is only located in one region of the world.
Yeah.
It simply wasn't successful enough in spreading to other regions, most notably the West.
Like,
now, as of today,
the fact that it's dropping to nothing, the fact that it's dropping to nothing in non-Asian times, that's definitely a problem, though. Also, like, looking at these, like, these are definitely some appealing designs. Like, some of them, at least. Some of them look generic as shit, but some of them look cool. Like, I'm looking at some of these designs. I'd fuck with them. I fuck with them.
It used to back in early access. They also happen to be the main monetization mechanic that this game possesses.
Obviously.
Whether it's you buying a character or buying them skins. This means that a lot of effort is put into every single one of these characters.
Now, do you get these characters from gachas, or do you just buy the characters in general?
And their voice, their personality. If they can nail all these factors together in a character, it means they'll make the most amount of money. So back in January of 2026, when we got a reveal of 2 different characters coming out soon, the community was very excited over their designs. But out of those 2, the character Baehyung really stood out. She looked different than many of the other already existing characters,
like,
and she seemed to have a vibrant
she definitely looks like she stands out compared to other characters.
This presented itself as a very important opportunity. This is because they would hire Vtuber as its English voice actress. This is someone with a large fan base who just so happens to be quite experienced in voice acting, having started doing it back in 2014 and possessing
395K is nothing to sneeze at.
The person behind Vtuber also just so happens to be the same person behind Ouro Kronii,
almost a million followers on Twitter.
Now, yes, she isn't just talented enough to bring out the personality of this character.
Like, so she has like her own independent YouTube channel that's almost 400K, and she's like almost a million follow plus user on Twitter, and a member of HoloLive. Yeah, that's some talent you're gonna want to recruit. Like, that's some talent you're gonna want to get in on.
But she also just so happens to have a very large and loyal audience. More
big
importantly,
YouTube.
A large and English-speaking loyal audience, one that is located in the West, the demographic that Nimble Neuron is specifically targeting for its growth. This meant that as soon as the character released, many of her audience would have downloaded the game just to check it out for her. It was genius. And yet, that entire plan was squandered.
How do you beef
Eternal
this?
Return would randomly, only on its Japanese account on Twitter, announce to the world that Ouro Kronii was being fired, even though the character was close to release.
Real talk.
The reasoning.
How do you not tell the voice actress that they're being fired, but you just announce it on Twitter instead of like having like an agent have the decency to call them and be like, yo, this, that, and the other, yeah, gone. Bye-bye. Like, bruh, why the hell why is somebody learning that they're losing their job on a Japanese Twitter post? God, I hate Asian business practices so much because they do not respect their talent. Whether it's a voice actor, whether it's an artist, whether it's like idol, especially the idol industry. Like, if you watch anything about the idol industry, like, look up, God, what is the name of the YouTube channel? I cannot remember the name of the YouTube channel. Give me just a second. Japanalysis. They did a whole video on the Japanese idol industry, and I 100% recommend it. It's a YouTube channel I like. It's a YouTube channel I follow. They did an entire, it's like a 20-minute video on the Japanese idol industry and how bad it treats its, talent. And I would 100% recommend watching that so you can understand why I do not fuck with idol industry and why I don't fuck with corpo VTubing stuff and just, how they treat their talent in general.
A dad joke from 5 years ago.
All right, lay the joke on me.
Has multiple different Twitter accounts for multiple regions. They have one in English, they have one in South Korean, they have one in Japanese, etc., etc. On May 7th, 2026, they would tweet out a notice outlining the fact that Baehyung's voice actress was going to be replaced and giving us their logic. It would be viewed almost 4 million times, and as you can see from the
thank you for the follow, Praddock. Welcome to the HQ.
Comment to like ratio, and the fact that the post got ratioed multiple times, yeah, people weren't very happy about that. They would also post the same ratio on their website. I'll read that one because the one on Twitter was translated from Japanese to English, and it's not really a perfect translation.
So they're just immediately calling out casting.
Hello, Lumia Island survivors. Thank you for your support for our newest character, Baehyung. Unfortunately, we will be recasting her English voice actor, which means Baehyung will temporarily not have an English voice in-game. We will announce more details about the recasting and update schedule separately. So this character that people were excited about, that was meant to get a new audience in the West, is coming out with no English voice. This is how drastic this is. This usually only happens if the voice actor in question, I don't know, like causes a crime, is accused of like messaging minors or something. Like this is drastic.
Hi there, Braddock.
They're not even releasing this character with her voice and then replacing it later. No, they're releasing her mute. Anyway, they would continue. At the moment, our English voice casting is supported by external partners. The process operates as an audition, where the development team receives voice samples for a blind test from applicants to select the final voice. However, without an extensive database of overseas voice actors, our pre-casting screening process is admittedly weaker than our domestic one. In coordination with our local casting partners, we would like to provide additional context to ensure a clearer understanding of the casting process. While our casting process for the English-speaking market involves only legal names and includes background checks, the information available through our contractual relationships made the current situation difficult to predict.
What does it have to do with a bad dad joke?
Exceeds the scope of our local partners' responsibilities, we will be looking for effective ways to independently implement a secondary verification system in the future. While it is difficult to implement structural changes quickly within the current system, we are actively looking for effective ways to improve and reinforce our verification process.
Okay, it's like, but if this is just like a bad dad joke, that's one thing. It's not like you hired like fucking Chris Chan to be your voice actor here. Like genuinely, what happened? Also, thank you for the follow, Optimus. So welcome to the HQ.
So this is them essentially saying, hey, our external partners fucked up. They could have done a better job.
How did they fuck up? By hiring somebody with 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Making it seem like they had hired someone like Dr. Disrespect by mistake.
Oh my god.
Like whatever the voice actress behind Baehyung did was drastic.
Yeah,
it was unforgivable.
What did she do?
To the point where the character had to release muted. This spread quickly, and even the English-speaking community of Eternal Return was dumbfounded. To them, even though they didn't watch VTubers, this was still a big deal, because this game, as I told you already, was lacking in English-speaking players, in Western players.
Well, yeah, like,
having a voice actress
I'm sure this is going to ingratiate them. I'm sure this is going to do fantastic.
Finally spread to non-South Koreans. So what could have the voice actress possibly done here to warrant getting fired publicly to the point where
you have my curiosity?
Well, the reason for this firing was because of a joke she had made almost 5 years ago while she was playing the early access version of this game during a sponsored stream. The stream itself was done on Ouro Kronii's channel, okay? Not on Vtuber's channel. This is like you working at, I don't know, Microsoft and having a side business on Etsy and someone telling you they can't work with you on your Etsy because you work at Microsoft. It doesn't make any sense. In any case, the stream was
thank you for the follow, Red Sox Nation. Welcome to the HQ.
This whole stream was sponsored by Eternal Return. Here is the joke that lost her this job and made Eternal Return fumble the opportunity of a lifetime. Watch.
He's such a bore.
Yeah.
A boring. Ha ha ha.
That's it. That's that is it. This is the joke that made them make this statement, making it seem like she had murdered someone while drunk driving. She saw a boar and she called it boring. That's it.
She made a joke about a boar. And so they reneged on hiring one of the biggest VTubers on the platform. Bruh. How do you business so bad? You were about to have the freest fucking advertising for your game by having a big time VTuber with a built-in audience for your game. And you just threw it away. Oh boy. This is painful. Very so painful. Oh god.
Come on, dude. This is you really have nothing else to do in your life. Anyway. Around the time of her firing, Vtuber would make this statement on Twitter, saying, "Coming from someone whose English is also not their first language, if English is not a language you're fluent in, I hope you are able to first analyze and understand what wordplay and a genuinely harmful comment is before taking action. This has always been a constant problem I've had with some individuals where they would process my words through a rough translator and twist my words. It was hurtful to see this, but I didn't think it could be harmful, but I see how mistranslations towards myself could make a negative impact. I hope those who would misconstrue words through a mistranslation could reflect on how their seemingly innocent action can impact others and be more careful with their actions. As for individuals who misconstrue with ill intent in mind, I sincerely hope you can grow as a person. I won't lie, taking opportunity over this is quite hurtful, but there are more projects on the horizon to look forward to that I constantly audition for with my own efforts as a voice actor and not through anything else. Thank you to those who I was able to work with, and to the people who was excited for me, I'll continue to do better." Vtuber had gotten this role not because she just so happens to be Ouro Kronii at Hololive, right? Even Eternal Return in their dogshit statement admitted this. Their external partners get voice samples for a blind test. That is it. Then they move forward with them or reject them.
So it's like, it's not even like her VTuber credentials that got her this job. It's like
she earned it herself, right?
And like that's just a bonus.
She did. However, seeing that her double identity isn't really kept secret, some South Korean fans of the game would look into her sponsored streams from almost 5 years ago and see that she had made this joke. Now, of course, if you're an English speaker, you'd know that this is just a terrible dad joke pun. This is not offensive. This is not meant to be offensive in any way. But these fans just translated this and thought she was calling the game boring. And by calling the game boring, she had committed a cardinal sin. How dare she voice in my game if she thinks it's boring?
Mega fans of games like this are fucking freaks, dog. It's why I don't make like any concrete statements here or there on specific games, because I know every game has their freaks that will come out of the woodwork like fucking termites to defend their game to their dying breath. Like they're like trying to like stop, like they're trying, like sitting there trying to hold the line. Like they are fucking Gandalf trying to stop the Balrog from taking the ring and killing the hobbits. It's like, bruh, it ain't that deep. Sometimes it's just a joke. Maybe you just kind of lighten up, dog. Maybe, please.
They went ahead and complained to the developer, and the developer, instead of telling them, "Fuck off, get a life," chose to actually
they fired her over a mistranslated pun from 5 years ago.
Around the same time the Vtuber tweet was made talking about this, Ouro Kronii's account would tweet something that wasn't as serious, saying, "Breaking news. A tire is tiring and a bore is boring. If you found this pun to be controversial, then hôpital." Someone replied with, "Gasp, you can't just say that," to which she said, "Sorry for puns." So it seemed like at least on her Ouro Kronii account, she was taking this jokingly, lightly, because at the end of the day, it is a very ridiculous situation.
Yeah, very ridiculous.
Made by Eternal Return on their Japanese
very
account,
ridiculous.
People were absolutely outraged. If you want to go through them individually,
you can
flame
pause
the video. I mean, look at all this.
Absolutely ruin them over this.
Many talking about how they didn't even know this game existed until Vtuber talked about it. This was the fumble of a century. But not everyone thought this way, of course. There were two sides to this story. The first one, of course, being outraged over how stupid this is, but the other side being the South Koreans who wanted her out of the game. Those people would be outraged that she would tweet, "Breaking news, a tire is tiring and a bore is boring," saying things like, "No sense of professionalism whatsoever." And instead of reflecting on their actions, they get pissed off and fill up on nothing but pissing contests. It's truly pathetic to watch. They would allege that what she was doing is trash talking, and even say things like, "If you just kept your mouth shut, you'd probably think, oh, even..."
How are these people serious? How? You have got to be shitting me. These people cannot be serious. Like, I'm sorry. What are you on?
And so, I was just cracking my usual dumb jokes out of habit and got unfairly cornered for a slip-up. But instead of an apology or even the slightest remorse, what the hell is this? Dragging this account into it and telling me to go to the hospital? They really were making it seem like she had murdered someone, right? Even objectively speaking, this is outrageous.
Damn, Koreans are wild. Korean gaming
South Korean
fans
player
are
here, though, was a bit more reasonable with their explanation, saying this: I hope you can all understand the sentiments of Koreans. Although there were many people who were too angry, Koreans are very sensitive about paid activities, such as advertising. They don't prefer jokes that can be taken in a negative way. In this case, boring and boring. So this was the other side of the story, right? They felt like she didn't really take it seriously, like she was being unprofessional. But what didn't help is that many people who held this opinion expressed it in a very aggressive manner, making the average person feel like this was being blown out of proportion to ridiculous levels.
These no-lifer
freaks. This guy saying, didn't prepare at all for the ad broadcast. Went so far as to put even the colleagues she was working with in a tough spot with an over-the-top wordplay stunt. 5 years later, applied to that game with a voice actor account.
It's just a joke.
Dropped into controversy over the above actions. Then she wrote a post picking a fight with the existing game fans. Don't compress this into something boring. So this to them was inexcusable. What she had done was insanely bad. It's one of the worst things you can do as a content creator. And almost every account talking about this would be rooting for the same thing. What they really wanted from her for this to be okay was an apology. They wanted her to boot up the stream and say, guys, I am so sorry for what I did and how I behaved during the stream 5 years ago. But other than this really harmless joke, what else could she have possibly done that made them think that she was unprofessional? Well, the user Fishy Fishy Dodo actually wrote a Google Doc summarizing
Google Docky.
In this, he would offer us some bonus info about how other streamers had actually played this game back during early access in 2020 and how they all struggled getting to know its mechanics, because this is a very high barrier to entry game. So this unprofessionalism that some of these South Koreans were complaining about was the fact that Ouro Kronii didn't do enough research, didn't get acclimated enough with the game before her sponsored stream, even though she won a game. And in this document, we'd actually see an example of XQC playing it back in October 2020, and he also struggled to understand the mechanics of this game. He had no idea what the hell was going on, and his chat was constantly making fun of the game and how bad it was, even though this as well was a sponsored stream, making the argument that maybe,
so XQC is fine, gets a pass for
too much from content creators during a sponsored segment.
Yeah, maybe.
So now, the fact that she got fired over the most harmless punt, and the fact that she
why are you expecting content creators to be immediately good at the game?
The entire situation seemed like the biggest nothing burger of all time. It made the developer seem like they had no spine and that they were easily bullied by the worst aspects of their community. And
most certainly.
More importantly in all this, it hurt the game very badly.
Good.
This is what we call consequences. Look, it's no secret at this point.
Also, congratulations, Zero, on graduating from community college. As a college dropout myself, even community college is not the easiest. So very much congratulations on the graduation.
South Koreans are going extinct. Now, there are many reasons for that, like, for example, the cost of living crisis happening all over the world. More importantly, though, men and women hate each other for a multitude of different reasons. But
Korean population could drop by 85% in the next 100 years. Jesus Christ.
Ugly. So
that's wild.
Gone from, are you stupid? You fired her over a joke? Into a nasty battle, alleging that the reason why Ouro Kronii got fired was because a bunch of Korean incels convinced the developer to fire her. The fact that the only reason she was targeted was because she was both a woman and a Vtuber. In this video, we're not going to go too deep into that radioactive wasteland of death and despair. You should know, though, that it did devolve into a battle like that, which of course made this developer look even worse. Are you really catering to incels? Well, that's what it seemed like to many. At the same time, even though Ouro Kronii
these are the kind these gamers sound like they're the type of people that refer to people like Elliot Rodger as a saint. Like those kinds of people, those kinds of freaks. Like these gamers sounds like those types. I'm just saying. Those kind of freaks.
Take this lightly, jokingly. It seemed like seeing so many people try to twist her words and attitude got to her. And so on May 7th, she tweeted, I really wanted to play Silk Song and talk with everyone, but I think I'm just going to have to take the day off. I'll be back soon, so be good, everyone. Thank you for all that you do. This, of course, made her audience
she does not deserve to get how they were shit on because this company
soon you'd see many content creators for the game Eternal Return come out and speak about this, saying things like, As an Eternal Return content creator, it's really sad to see the state of ER right now, but I want to say I'm super proud of how the English community has banded together to support Kronii. Every Discord server I'm in is rioting about the unfairness.
Yeah, like they deserve to get rioted against.
With BOAR icons, BOAR names, and demanding nimble neuron response. Regardless of the outcome, I'm super proud
just
of
go
everyone.
into the chat, just go into their Discord and just start spamming the BOAR mind blown emote.
Now everyone in protest is putting on the BOAR icon. And Nimble Neuron, I think, by now understands that appeasing the small amount of loud, toxic players pisses off the majority.
Oh,
we have an official English caster
together
for the game Eternal Return during tournaments, tweeting, "The Korean Eternal Return community thinks they're doing us a favor, but in reality just lost one of the biggest opportunities for the West to grow over a pun that wasn't even directed towards the game. Most of the people upset probably don't even use English voice acting. Huge disappointment."
Yeah,
like that's a very good point.
A handful of Korean fans basically kneecapping the game to ensure it never grows.
Pissed off at Kronii are South Korean. They don't even play the game in English, so what's the problem? But hey, listen, it's still important to note, not all South Koreans are like this, obviously. Here's someone from South Korea saying, "This is exactly fucking why I hate my own country's web community. Toxic about things that I'm not even able to certainly understand about it. Those fuckers and losers just couldn't resist from cyberbullying. Great job. What a great fucking job. Hope you guys are proud." So as always, it's
congrats on killing the game.
Always nuance. Not every South Korean was okay with this.
Good.
Another Eternal Return content creator would speak out and would write a lengthy post. In summary, he'd say that he was really excited to see the English side of the game finally get some support after being neglected for so long. But now this opportunity has passed, and it's time to move on and not do the same mistake again. But can we really move on from this without an apology?
Oh my goodness, line go down.
Mistake? Probably not. The game got review bombed on Steam, showing that they were truly not appeasing the majority of people with their decision.
Clearly.
They were just appeasing a minority. The game today, when it comes to recent reviews, sits at mostly negative, with only 27% of the last 1,700 reviews being positive. This story spread like wildfire, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be in news articles, whether it be in videos like this one. People who have never heard of the game are now aware of its existence and will probably never play it because they'll constantly be reminded of this. No, unlike what you might have already been told, not all publicity is good publicity. I had never heard
hope
of this game
the devs
before.
regret it.
Many people had never heard of this game before.
Have to regret this, right?
Thinks of Eternal Return,
they have
think
to.
Of how they can't handle a dad joke. They'll also ironically think of the word boring. This is now officially the fate of this game, forever associated with the word boring over one of the dumbest decisions I have seen in recent history. But hey, a few days after taking a break, Ouro Kronii would come back on May 10th and would tweet out, "I've noticed and have read them. Thank you."
I'm glad that Kronii is doing better.
Always,
I'm glad she's doing better.
Granted, thank you.
Like,
so hey, in the
she
end,
did not deserve what she went through.
She was looking forward to. Whatever. She still has her incredible community.
Yeah, she didn't deserve to have this happen to her.
Has a lot of interesting projects lined up. Those projects will benefit not just from a very talented voice actress, but also from a very loyal community. Something that Eternal Return and the developer Nimble Neuron will never get to experience because of their dumbass decision making. I hope that
I'm sure pretty much anybody with a big audience is going to think twice about auditioning for a game like this, knowing how poorly they treat their cast members like this.
Continues to make the worst dad jokes in existence, and I hope that other developers can see and learn from this so that they don't seek to appease the wrong people with their decisions.
Hey, Alcor, I'm doing good.
Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really appreciate it. If you want to see some extra yapping videos
what
from
funny
me,
joke pun do you have for the end of this?
It's like Patreon, the better. And I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. I love you so much, platonically, of course.
Platonically, sure. What kind of doctor was Dr. Pepper? He was a physician. Oh, fuck off, Mujin. Fuck off. I don't know how a game can beef it so bad that they basically kneecap any chance they get at having a overseas audience like this. But congratulations, you capitulated to a bunch of Korean incels, and now your game's chances of an English-speaking overseas audience are basically dead in the water. Like, God, I cannot even begin to explain why I think, like, I can't think in general. This is just such a stupid situation that somebody lost a job over a boar pun because they were killing a boar in a game. God, it is. It's a bad pun, but nobody deserves to lose their job over that. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this. Are there any other situations like this that you know of? Let me know in the comments below. Talk about more stupid firings. And of course, don't forget to hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel and ding that bell so you know when I upload and it helps me out in the algorithm. And as always, I will see you next time at the HQ. Bye-bye.